Well, what a month it has been for Scottie Scheffler. 2 wins in his last 3 starts. He eventually broke through. I say eventually, he's just 25 years of age, but don't forget he was the most touted man to earn a PGA Tour victory, arguably after becoming the only man without one on his resume to play in the winning United States Ryder Cup team last September. So he eventually broke through at the Waste Management Phoenix Open in February, and then, of course, backed that up just last week at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. 2 wins in his last 3 starts, and as a result, guys, he is now #1 on the FedEx Cup standings. I think we all knew this guy was a talent. He had the players' backing to earn the captain's pick from Steve Stricker at the Ryder Cup. He proved himself at the Ryder Cup, but did you expect him to have such quick success since then as this?
No, no. You know, I just said to Rolf in break, I said, you know, when we talk about guys all the time, about guys, oh, if he gets one, boy, the floodgates could open. You know, we've said that about a number of players, and for the most part, that could be true for a lot of players. I got to admit, I didn't think it, and not that the floodgates have completely opened. It's just 2 wins, but it's 2 big wins, Rolf. I mean, to win at Bay Hill and to win at Phoenix under those conditions, and the conditions in Phoenix being just to have the head on your shoulders and the wherewithal to get through the crowd the last 4 holes and deal with all that, and then to win on the conditions that he won in at Bay Hill, which was basically a miniature U.S. Open on the weekend, that says a lot about this young man's game.
Really does. He came up on the set Sunday night at Bay Hill after he had won, and it was a really refreshing conversation. And he really reiterated that there was a week back in September in Kohler, Wisconsin, that changed his career. And that was playing on that U.S. Ryder Cup team. And Cara, you mentioned that he was a captain's pick, but basically he got voted on that team by the other players. It was clear that they really wanted him on that team, and it so changed his confidence level and his thought process about himself. And obviously winning like that doesn't hurt, but that was just an incredibly important week to him. The man behind him there with his back to us now is Randy Smith. It's a longtime coach. He has been invaluable to Scottie Scheffler and has gotten him fundamentally ready for this stage. Fundamentally, he is a very sound swinger.
Well, and you look at his record that he had in the Ryder Cup that week. He didn't lose a match. He went 2-0-1. So he earned 2.5 points for his team. He proved himself that week, as Rolf has just confirmed. It changed his life and perhaps his career trajectory that week, and we have seen that now come into fruition. Given what he did last week, Aaron, in those US Open-esque conditions, I don't know that this golf course is going to play exactly like that, but this is going to be another challenge. Yeah. Do you think that's going to be an advantage to him, or do you think the fatigue could be a factor?
I think it could go either way. I mean, you know, last week was a battle, from what I understand. You know, I saw some of it on Friday. I was obviously down in Puerto Rico. I was working down there. But I saw a little bit of that tournament, and I remember it from a couple of years ago when actually we thought Rory was going to win, and that similar conditions happened on Sunday. 20-mile-an-hour winds, got firm and fast. Tyrrell Hatton ended up winning the golf tournament that day and that week. There is a certain amount of fatigue you definitely feel when you battle elements like that on golf courses like that. It takes it out of you. The stress is real on every shot, especially when you're in contention coming down the stretch. Now, he's young. He's going to recover quicker. But don't make no mistake. These conditions he's going to go play this week are going to be equally as stressful for on the opposite side of the coin. It's going to be starting and stopping. It's going to be wet. It's going to be windy. He's going to have drastic temperature changes. So, yeah, I think he's going to have to manage some energy levels this week for sure, even though he's young and he can recover. But the 2 things that I've noticed, Mark, about his game that I think that have improved when you look at him statistically, he obviously, the thing you can't measure, the confidence he gained from the Ryder Cup, as we talked about. But he's become a much better iron player and a much better putter since last year. And those 2 things that are really the 2 things that have really led him statistically to those victories.
Yeah, he's become a very reliable putter, and I referred a few minutes ago to having him up on the set Sunday night at Bay Hill. We had a very interesting discussion. One of the things we talked about is the fact that Scotty's let us down before. If you're a Scottie Scheffler fan, he's let us down a few times. I really felt like in Austin, Texas, for example, last year at the match play, that was that was really his tournament to win. I did not expect Billy Horschel, the way Scotty was playing, to beat him on Sunday. And I think Scotty even feels like that was his tournament. But what he did in Phoenix really changed things. And I think the confidence that he got in Phoenix, he told us this on the set the other night again, was what he got at the Ryder Cup. And there's no more confidence that you can possibly get than from your peers. When they show you that confidence, it's just like confirmation.
But it's interesting you mentioned what happened in Austin, Texas, because arguably it was that runner-up finish that really caught Steve Stricker's eye, and more so actually than Billy Horschel, who supposedly didn't even get a phone call from Captain Stricker. So it was a profound impact that he made. And would you believe, currently 5th in the official world golf ranking, Scottie Scheffler does have the opportunity to ascend to the #1 ranking in the world this week. Several factors have to come into play, but it is out there as he prepares for his second appearance at the Players.